Hey everybody, my name's Ian. I'm the owner of Timber Pointe Home Inspection. Today we're going to be doing a new window replacement inspection for Ecoline Windows and Doors. And we're looking at probably a house built in somewhere in the mid-1950s. A lot of these windows appear to be the original windows, so well past their expiry date. So it's time to go have a look and see inside and see what we're dealing with today. We're here at the front of the house, and I'm just doing an inspection of the older windows that were in place, and we're gonna, I'm gonna be able to explain why these windows are coming out today. So on the inside of the window, you can see some condensation. This is actually stuck in between the two panes of glass. This is a double pane window. This can be repaired by defogging process, but it will always come back. It's an endless kind of process. There's quite a bit of deterioration to the actual frame of the window itself. With these new windows that are being installed today, it's all vinyl PVC products, so there's no need to paint anything. Okay, so we're here with our installers, and they're removing one of the older sliding windows that was originally installed. Trying to do it as carefully as possible without creating too much damage or mess around the house. So you can see in this area here, there's quite a little bit of water damage that's happened to the frame of the window itself. That would happen over time with an older style window. Just removed some of the old batt insulation that's been in place where the gap would have been present around the window frame when the window was installed. You can see it's been very compressed. It's quite dirty and dusty. Okay, so they just removed the window. The original cladding is still in place. It's actually a wood plank cladding, and then there's a stucco applied over top of that. Everything that I can see here where the window was installed, originally there's no real deterioration to the cladding itself or the substrate, so everything looks pretty good here. I'm just taking a knife and just poking around, looking for any soft spots where there would be rot. And then if there was rot, then we would have to replace that existing structure. But everything looks good here. They've added some additional framing just to make sure that the window is going to fit nice and snug and everything's going to be nice and secure. We can take our level, stick it on the sill, make sure that the sill is sloped away from the house, that if any water was to get in behind, it's not going to be able to cause any damage. We've also installed a new waterproof flashing on the sill. Again, this old window opening did not have any flashing, so we're adding some flashing today. So the window's just been put into the opening. Now we're just shimming the underneath. We're using some blocks, and then we're also using some pressure treated cedar shims. Make sure that everything is going to be secured once the window's screwed into place, and everything will be level and plumb. Remove the capping that goes around the window that now exposes the area where the screw holes are. So the installer is now just going to fix the window into place using the screws provided. One of the great things about Ecoline Windows is that they not only manufacture the windows, but they also install them themselves. So you have a crew here that is very, very well-oiled machine. They just installed this window in a few minutes time, and they know exactly what they're doing. So we're gonna have a look at what the installer just did. So we're gonna just run our level along here, just make sure that the window's nice and level, and then run along the side, make sure it is nice and plumb. Everything looks really nice and square. It's been shimmed and fastened into place. We have our installer on the outside is applying sealant around the frame of the window. Foam sealant to the gaps, that's going to prevent any air leakage. These Ecoline windows, they seem to be very well built. The hardware is all really nice and heavy duty. One of the things I see in a lot of house inspections is very flimsy hardware that deteriorates over time. I've broken many locks just by opening and closing a window just because it had worn out over time and hadn't been used in a while. We're here on the outside of the house where a window has just been installed. The installer is now applying a bead of silicone to the gap that's been created where the old window has been removed. So we have our new window and our existing cladding, our stucco. So the silicone's going to go all the way around the window. This will help prevent any water from getting in behind the window itself. So our window now has been fully installed and the trim has been put into place. This is a PVC trim that they've used. This is all very waterproof. There's going to be no maintenance needed in the future, no painting, no sanding. Any sort of moisture that gets trapped on the sill or along the trim is not going to lead to any damage. So with this type of finish, there's no need to worry. Okay, so we're just wrapping up our installation inspection. We've seen the old windows come out. We explained why those windows needed to be replaced. And we've seen the installation happen from taking the window out, putting in the new flashings, installing and shimming and securing the new window, and then also sealing around. We showed how the low density foam gets put in place to seal up any air gaps. Also the silicone on the outside. And then we did go over the PVC trim that was installed today on the interior side for a maintenance-free finish, paint-free finish. And we still got a couple more windows to do, but we're all wrapped up for today.